there, folks. So your next activity that you're going to do is actually going to be creating a sketchbook, which I think you're going to like. It's different than maybe something you've done before, that we're going to play with some new materials and some materials that you are familiar with. So today in class, we have some students who are finishing up the molas and then some students who are ready to move on. So this is for the folks who are ready to move on. So I'm going to put on my visualizer here so you can see. So you're going to have some materials for those of you who are remote. You're going to pick up some materials for this project and the next project. But you're going to get a stack of paper, and you're going to get a piece of mat board. And these are 5 inches by 7 inches. You're going to get a couple of clips that look like this. And you're going to get a long piece of canvas like this. And then I'm going to give you a few other materials, probably some hemp and then some beads for you to play around with as well. All right, so here is the first step. So you're going to take your paper, which happens to be the same size as the backboard here, and you're going to create your own little pad of paper. So what you do is you want to make sure that everything is together really tightly so you have a really nice flat edge. And you're going to use your little clips to clamp down on the sides of the paper. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a container that's going to look like this. It's actually a container that's a little bit too large for what I'm going to put in it. But that way it'll keep this glue nice and sticky for you. And this is called a glue compound, and it's specially designed for pads of paper to glue them together. So what you'll do is you'll take a little of this product, and you can use an old paintbrush at home. You could use, I suppose you could use your finger, although I would say, maybe use a Q-tip or something like that. And you're going to apply a section to the edge of this right here. And this is that glue that's going to stick all your paper together. The good news is that it dries very quickly, but what I would suggest is once you've applied the glue, kind of go over it a few times and then just let it sit on its own. You can let it sit for a few hours and then it should be all set. I can tell you with mine, when I did it, it seemed to set up pretty quickly, which was awfully nice. And then all of that paper is all held together. So this is the inside of your sketch pad, okay? Now, the canvas is going to be what you decorate to create the outside of your piece. So this is going to be, you may have already guessed, one that wraps around. And so you can use your markers. I don't know how well colored pencils will work on canvas, but if you have any kind of pens at home, felt tip pens, any kind of marker, anything you'd like to use with this to decorate it, you can. It could be a geometric design. It could be of something specific. So for example, with mine, most of my students know I really love cats. And I'm probably not done decorating this, but what I've gone and done is I've put kitty prints all the way across, and then I have my little kitties right down here. Okay? So when you finish decorating this, what you'll do is you want to take either a little bit of hot glue or some Elmer's glue. And if you need this, I can get you some Elmer's glue. I'm not really sure what folks have at home, but you can put some on the back. And I would organize this so that your sketch pad fits in here nicely so that the left side can fold over almost to the edge of the pad. And then the front side can fit over this way, okay? The final step is to create some kind of binding that goes around the outside. And I was just using things that I had at home. So I used some hemp cord and some different beads that I had. And then I had this funny little kitty and this little, it was a wooden crown, but I actually ended up changing the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some glue, probably some hot glue or even some E6000, that's really good. And I'm going to glue it on right there so that once it's ready, I can wrap this right around the outside and my sketchbook will stay nice and closed. Okay? And that's really it. You can use things like buttons, other kinds of knickknacks that you find around the house. You could even glue items right onto the canvas if you have other buttons or sparkly whoosy whatsits, things like that. But basically, when you're done, you'll have a little sketch pad. Okay? Kind of a nice quick activity, which I thought would be perfect for folks who are ready to do something a little extra just before vacation. So if you have any questions, just let me know, but definitely send me the finished photograph because I definitely want to see how it turns out. And I'll have the next activity bagged and ready for you as well. Okay? Have a great day, folks.